Good morning. What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching. If you're tuning in, today is Thursday. I'm here at the City Fam offices and I wanted to make a vlog. I didn't get a chance to do it on Monday because of the holiday, so just doing it now. But what's up, Mike Harris? How's it going, brother? So before I kind of get into all the happenings, just wanted to share a thought that I was having this morning. I had a friend reach out to me recently, and actually it was somebody that didn't know me, but then there was another situation pertaining to a friend, and they kind of reached out. The person reached out and they asked me a question. They said, do you think that God has you wait longer if your past was reckless? You know, and they were talking mostly about sex, I guess, because they were waiting for their person like I am. And my answer was absolutely. You know, like the deeper you dig that hole, the longer it's going to take you to get back to a place of ground level. So you know, when you live recklessly, you probably do some damage to yourself that takes God some time to repair. So I definitely think it takes longer. I actually, you know, I love it when people that don't understand Christianity say things like, well, you could just ask for forgiveness. And I'm like, yeah, you can ask for forgiveness, but there's consequences, dummy. You know, like, just because God forgives you doesn't mean you don't have to suffer the consequences. So yeah, the longer, the worse the further down that road that you go, the longer it's going to take you to come back to a place of normalcy, and the longer it's going to take for you to even appreciate things that a normal person would appreciate. I was watching a video by a guy named Dan Blazarian. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But it's a guy that's, I don't know, I guess he's somewhat famous on the internet, but he was like I don't know, he's just crazy. Like, the guy just, you know, dates strippers and, you know, travels and does drugs, and he's real open about it. But he said something in an interview one time that really struck me, and he said that he can't get back to a 10. And the person interviewing him asked him, what do you mean by that? And he said, you know, when he first got out of the military or whatever, he's like, he could go to Outback Steakhouse and he was at a 10. He's like, now he could be eating at the nicest restaurant in the world, you know, with beautiful girls, and he's only can get to like a 7. It's because you numb yourself when you feed your flesh like that. And I know it from personal experience because, and I write about it even in the book, where after a while living like that, you just get numb and nothing can fill it. Nothing can meet that fill that hole, and no amount of gratification. So it takes time to get back to a place where you can just appreciate little things. And now, personally, you know, God has stripped everything away from me so much that I could literally go to a movie on Friday night and get a popcorn, and I'm at like a 10. That's all I need. Like, you know, before I needed so much, you know, to make me happy, and God's just taken everything away from me to the point where the littlest things I can get joy from. I can really be at a place of kind of like almost deep fulfillment. Now, we'll say that you know, this is a bit of an emotional roller coaster, and I've been pretty honest about my feelings. Like, sometimes, you know, things don't fill you, where you're just like, you get tired of waiting, or you get tired of the discipline, you know, of doing the right thing, even, or just waiting for God for that breakthrough. And sometimes you're just over the process, the whole process. But in general, you know, I've gotten to a place where I can be appreciative and very happy with a lot less than I used to be. So that was kind of the way that I addressed the question. I almost look at, you know, the whole process of like, you know, following God as, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Groundhog's Day, but it really is a lot like that movie, where, you know, you come into this place, you know, of where you're in a relationship with God, and you're not maybe the best version of yourself. So I look at Bill Murray in that movie, and he was like, the person that he was at the beginning of the movie and the person that he was at the end of the movie were two completely different people. But he only progressed, and he only actually, you know, the day stopped repeating only after that he had became this better person. And that's really what it's like, where when you're going through the wilderness, which I talk a lot about, you know, when you're going through the wilderness, it's not necessarily fun at times. It's not necessarily pleasant. It's painful, actually, a lot. And but it's who you become in the process. And going through the wilderness is really what prepares you for the promised land. You know, prepare. So I really, you know, I look at that movie a lot as what it's like. You know, that it's almost what they call sanctification in Christianity, where he went through this process and he became this different person over the course of who knows how long that movie, you know, it was supposed to be. It was probably several years that he repeated that same day over. And God kind of takes you through this process where you become this different person before he takes you into your promised land and brings you that right person. And you know, that's at least from my experience, that's what I found it a lot to be like. So right now, wanted to share, I guess, some things that were kind of happening in my world. So I was supposed to have a meeting with the owner of home yesterday, and Richard is the guy's name, and or I'm not yesterday, but I'm sorry, but Tuesday. So he didn't call me, and we did not meet. So now we're back to the waiting game. I left him a message on Monday asking him if we were still meeting up, and he never called me and booked a time. So, and then Tuesday the phone didn't ring. So we're back to a place of waiting. I really don't have an answer again. So I'm expecting to get a call soon. I mean, I honestly just don't believe. I just don't believe anybody's going to come in there and rent or buy that place. I don't. If you know, I'm right, which I believe that I am, that God gave me this vision for that building, then he's not going to let anybody go in there. And that's just what I feel. Now, I could be wrong. It could be 5 years from now. It could be 10 years from now. I don't know. I didn't get a date. But I do believe that with everything that's going on with all these responses that we're getting from people all around the world, which I'll talk about in a second, that I feel like the timing is now. You know, we still do have some things at City Fam to get together. Like, we still are kind of shaky in a lot of ways. Like, our foundations aren't set for us to grow into other cities, but we are in the process of doing that. I had a meeting with a friend of mine yesterday that is like a corporate executive for Comcast, and he may be joining the board. We have a new treasurer starting today. We have a board meeting tonight. So it's really just a matter of surrounding myself with smart people, you know, because the vision is great. God gave me a strong vision. But at the end of the day, I am a former stripper and nightclub promoter, so I don't have a lot of business experience or acumen. So I'm trying to build an international nonprofit, and I've never done anything like this before. So it's really just a matter of surrounding myself with smart people and, you know, making sure that, you know, that they see where we're going, that they're a good fit for our culture, and, you know, I guess just continuing to do the work day after day, which right now, you know, I'm doing everything that I can do. I literally work, my day consists of getting up usually at 4 a.m., doing my miracle morning, doing my quiet time, reading my books, you know, visualizing all that. But then I'm in the office usually by about 7 o'clock, and then I try to stay for at least 12 to 15 hours. And then I go home, I don't watch TV, I go to bed, and I wake up and I do it all again. And that's what I do day after day after day. And it's hard, you know, which is why I talk a little bit about the emotional roller coaster, because it's like you're constantly expending energy, you're constantly pushing, and I'm not getting a whole lot back to fill my cup, meaning like I think I need a little bit more leisure, but you know, there's really nothing to do. You know, like there's nothing, there's not to say there's nothing to do. I do stuff through City Fam, but it's not like I could just leave work in the middle of the week and go somewhere. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have money. So it's like, I'm just grinding. I'm in grind mode right now, and that's okay. And I believe that God has me here for a reason, because it's making me into a better version of myself. You know, it's making me stronger. It's making me sharper. It's you know, it's Groundhog's Day. I'm going through the process right now. So that's where we're at. You know, I like to say, you know, pray like it all depends on God, but work like it all depends on you. And that's really what I'm doing. I have I have a good group of people around me that pray for us a lot, pray for me, pray for City Fam, pray for home, but I'm working my ass off to make it happen, like it all depends on me. So that's where we're at with home, and that's it. So recently, why I come in at 7 o'clock just to share is I've been working on the curriculum now for the Why Waiting Works small group. We're actually going to call it, I think I'm going to call it the Truth About Sex small group. And we have groups that are popping up in Baltimore, Harford County, Newark, Delaware, New York City, Houston. Those are all definites, those 5 locations, and they're all going to be starting in September. And that actually, Harford County might start in October. But we also have people that have contacted us from Dallas, Texas, Germany, Hanover, Germany, Jakarta, Indonesia, Indianapolis, Dubai, Johannesburg, South Africa, Salem, Oregon, Bakersfield, California, Phoenix, Arizona, and Oklahoma City. So these are all people that have pretty much either found us online or found us on YouTube, and they're like, hey, the City Fam thing is awesome. I want to start a chapter. How do I do it? So we put together a small group curriculum for them. It's an 8-week small group where they can kind of start meeting and talking about things of substance, socializing, serving together, building relationships. And that's really how we started here in Baltimore. So we're kind of giving people the keys to do it on their own. So it's really exciting. You know, like I said, I'm in here at 7 o'clock, writing the curriculum. I'm going to be filming the videos. Yeah, there's Penny Riggs, Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be filming the videos on Tuesday, and then people will be able to just, you know, play a short video, 5 to 10 minute video, and then they'll be able to ask some questions, and that'll be it. So probably about an hour long. So anyone who's interested in either attending a small group or starting a small group, or if you're not interested if you're not in any of those cities where attending in person is an option, and you're not the kind of person that believes that you could start one, which I don't buy into. I mean, unless you've tried, don't cop out that easily. But if so, we're looking into starting a virtual group where we'll have someone in City Fam lead it from Baltimore here, probably in the City Fam offices, and people can just tune in on Zoom or whatever else, and they can watch it and you know, answer the questions. But really the thing is with that is it's not as good, obviously, as being in person, because you really want to build the relationships. The goal here is to find a tribe, to build a tribe, a support system of people that you can do life with, you know, and you can't do that virtually. You know, now, will you get value out of it? Absolutely. You'll get value out of attending a virtual group, but not as much value as if you build real, healthy, authentic relationships. I go back to the fact that you just can't do it alone. You're not going to become the best version of yourself by yourself. You need a support system. You know, this is why people get into relationships with the wrong people. This is why they date out of loneliness. This is why they go back to substances or whatever their addictions is, because you just can't make it by yourself. So, you know, I'm obviously big on community because it's the only thing that helped me escape that way of life that I was in. So with that being said, I want to share something that's kind of exciting. This weekend, I'm going to the wedding of Billy Lofton and Ariana. So for those of you that have read the book, I write about Billy. Billy was my wingman. He was the person that I started City Fam with, you know, 5+ years ago. And really, it started as just me and him. We were both, you know, 2 normal people that were, you know, on the same path, trying to become a better version of ourselves and avoid certain behaviors, I guess. And we would just look at each other every weekend and go, what do you want to do tonight? And we were like, I don't know, this sucks. And that's how eventually City Fam started, because we're like, this is a problem, you know, that we want to fix. So Billy was my wingman for the last 5 years, and I just would not have made it without him. And you know, there would have been many days that we would go to the gym together, and we would just bitch. We would just complain to each other and be like, is it even worth it? This is so hard. Like, where's the payoff? And a couple years ago, we had a game night at his house, and some girls came over, some, you know, City Fam girls, and this one City Fam girl brought a new girlfriend, Ariana, and you know, Billy spotted her right away. He just was like, wow, you know, he was attracted to her. And eventually, a couple weeks later, he told her that he was interested, and she didn't reciprocate right away. She actually didn't reciprocate at all for probably about a year, but he just, you know, he kept praying about it and thinking about it, and he just couldn't shake the feeling. And last year when we went to Nicaragua, it was me, Billy, Ariana, I went with Lori, Christy Blake, Peter, a couple other people, but it was just a small group of us. And God just started to change her heart. And I watched it happen where all of a sudden she started seeing Billy. And they ended up dating shortly thereafter, and now they're getting married next month. So it's a testament for waiting, for anyone that's out there waiting for the right person. I mean, listen, what Billy went through to get to her was super painful. I remember before they started dating, right before they started dating, Billy telling me, you know, I don't know how much longer I can do it. He's like, I just don't think I can do it any longer. He just couldn't take it anymore. And I get it. I get that feeling, because I feel that way sometimes now, where I'm just like, God, what the F? Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, this is cruel and unusual punishment. But now, if you saw them, you know, he said to me not that long ago, he said, if I would have known how good it would have been, I would have waited a lifetime. That's what he said now. So just to see that whole process and the way it all developed was really just, for me, it was just a testament to the fact that it works. You know, and to see the fact that they are waiting, they're not having sex, you know. I guess they get married on Sunday, so Sunday night will be the first time that they have sex. I'm sure he's very excited, as she is too, I'm sure. But just to watch it all play out, and just to watch how excited he is now and how grateful. And if I was a betting man, I would bet any amount of money that they will never, ever get divorced, because they did it the right way. And, you know, even for the way that he went, like he's at his house, like doing construction, preparing his house. He knocked out a wall and he's making his bedroom twice as big. And, like, you know, he's preparing for his bride, you know what I mean? And just to watch it all play out, it was just such a beautiful picture of the way that it's supposed to be, you know, the way that we're supposed to do it. And anyway, I just wanted to share that. So Renegade is this Friday at Sandlot. I will not be there because I'm going to be at the rehearsal dinner in Pennsylvania to go to their wedding. But for those of you that are watching that aren't going to Billy's wedding, which is most of you, check it out. Come to Sandlot this Friday. We do an event every month called Renegade on the first Friday of the month. City Fam does. And it really is an opportunity for our members to connect, for new people to be introduced to the organization, to have some fun. You know, have some fun without regret is our motto, because you can't, if you're trying to make these changes, take it from me, you can't do it alone. You can shelter yourself for a little while, and that may work for a few weeks or even a few months, maybe even a few years. But eventually you need to be around people, and you're going to need to build some relationships and have some healthy interactions, or you're just going to date someone out of loneliness, or you're going to stay in your addiction, or whatever. You just won't develop. It just doesn't happen alone. So Renegade is a great opportunity to do that. We have a lot of fun. You know, you get a wristband. If you're new, you come for free. Just use the code newbie. You can register on the City Fan website. You get access to the food and drink specials. We're going to have a bocce ball tournament. It's just good people. If you haven't been to a City Fam event, I highly recommend you coming out and checking it out. People are reaching out from all over the world, wishing they had a City Fam in their city. And if you're watching this and you're in Baltimore, you have one. Come out, take advantage of it. I promise it will change your life. That's this Friday, 8 to 11 at Sandlot. A week from Saturday, September 15th, we're going to be partnering with Baltimore Tree Trust. We're going to be planting trees all over Baltimore City. It's going to be awesome. Beautiful fall day. We always have an after party after our service events. Another great opportunity to meet good people. And it's so practical to volunteer. Maybe you volunteer regularly. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've thought about it. Get started. It's awesome. It's the intelligent way to be selfish, is what I say, because not only do you become a better version in the process because you get your eyes off yourself, but you build relationships with other people that don't have their eyes on only themselves. So when you need something, guess what? You have a support system. I see people that are like, hey, do you know anybody that has a truck? Can you help me move? I'm like, you haven't built up, you know, like when you need something and you're going to need something, you need friends to help you with it. Like I wouldn't have City Fam without the help of my friends. It wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have been able to do it, you know, because it takes more than my skill set. So for anyone watching, I recommend that you do that, and volunteering is a great way to develop that. So what else? I don't think that's it. Oh, New Year's Eve is coming up. I had a big meeting. Well, I had a meeting yesterday with CBS Radio, hoping to do some work with them on New Year's. But again, it's going to be back at the BWI Hilton. The theme this year is Midnight in Hollywood. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a kava bar for all the non-drinkers out there. Of course, it's open bar for all the people that do drink, but we'll have a kava bar for all the non-drinkers, which I'm super excited about. And that's it. So just grinding, hustling every day. Appreciate you guys. For those people that are watching that are contributing members, we have some really new sweet t-shirts for all our contributing members. They say "My Fam Bleeds Purple" on the back. Really cool. So come out to Renegade this Friday and pick yours up. Appreciate it. Talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.